Here's my unpopular opinion. I don't think power systems matter too much. Like you can create like the most you're telling a like uh this is what I'm thinking, right? Here's where I'm coming from. You're trying to tell a story. You're not making a game. You can think about power systems and you can think about power like I don't write stories with power systems. So take this with a heavy grain of salt. You're writing a story. You're not making a game. So if you can and like the way that I would understand, well, the way that I always tell stories is you're how would I put this? A story is essentially you trying to express an unpopular opinion, trying to get the audience to reach to a conclusion with using your characters as different perspectives of that topic that you're talking about. And I think people, unless, if you can find a way to make any kind of system of magic gel well with the story that you're trying to tell, I think it doesn't matter how in depth or how loosely thought out your magic system is, because at the end of the day, if it's not well thought out, people I feel like people will give it some leeway as long at the very least you're trying to tell a good story at the end of the day. And I guess that's my unpopular opinion. My I guess a more popular opinion is to base the magic system on some sort of religion, or I would usually steal it from something else and then add a little twist from it. B, a lot of thing from what I understand when it comes to like magic, it's usually based off of some esoteric philosophy on life. So just magic, right? Usually magic, and magic has rules, has limitations. Kind of think of like Full Metal Alchemist. You're not gonna give anything unless you're gonna take something. The law of equivalent exchange. So, the more powerful a more powerful a system is, the more that person has to give to whichever is that source of that power. The less powerful it is, the less that they have to take. The less that they have to take away from it, or the less they have to give to from themselves. If somebody came up to me and told me to make a power system, that would be the context of how I would put it. A lot of people say it's you only give up when you only fail when you give up, but my experience with it right now, doing YouTube and such, is that you have no idea when it's going to work. A lot of people say like never give up, but when I'm literally in the trenches making content every day, posting several times a day, I'm thinking, yeah, I know if I keep doing this, I'll succeed, but I don't know when that's going to happen. And when you don't know when it's going to happen, you're like, I don't even know if it's going to happen. And if I know, and I don't even know what are the avenues to speed the process up. Because that's what I've been trying to do. And that's why I've been making as much as I can, been working like crazy to just speed the process up. And it's kind of nuts. How just the process of creating content is easy, because when you make a comic, the funniest thing about it is I make like one chapter, and I can make content based around that one chapter for like a month or like 3 months. Like making content is the easy part, right? But like making going into like CapCut, like documenting the creation of the process, live streaming and talking to everybody, that's the easy part. I can do that in my sleep. The hard part is it being picked up by the algorithm to actually show all the different iterations of the recordings and the comics to people, to an audience that are looking for it or sticking around to enjoy it. That's been my difficult part. Angel says, I agree. You never know what will work. Try posting every 2 days. Just a suggestion. Yeah, I can just slow down with it to a degree. I was going kind of hard when when I realized YouTube was like showing my shorts again, because I thought it was back at times of old where I was able to post like 8 times a day again. And then YouTube was like, no, you're not doing that. Sorry. And now it's just drip feeding my shorts views. I'm like, come on, though. Come on, bro. It makes me want to start, like, if I know the formula of how to blow up or something like that, I probably would just start another. I would probably have like 4 channels, right? One channel for each of the comics, and I would be active on each of the channels when I'm working on. When I'm in each of the channels would be like for documentations of whatchamacallit, of me working on each series, respective to series. But because I don't even know how to monetize one channel, I don't even know how to monetize. I don't even know if I would be able to monetize 4. You know what I mean? Gato says, I'm scared that my story's gonna be garbage. Embrace it. Don't be scared. Embrace it. Make it, finish it, learn from it, and do better next time. When you are making your story, be like, this is probably gonna be garbage, but I'm going to have fun with it. I'm going to embrace that it's going to be flawed. I'm gonna have fun with it, and I'm gonna learn from it. So the next story that I make is going to be better. So when somebody comes along saying, "Man, this is garbage," I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, and this is what I learned from it." So look at my next story and see how I learned from it. And here's an alternative take. If you're gonna find people that actually messes with the idea that you're trying to say, they're gonna say, even if this has flaws, I still like what you're trying to do, and you have your own style by doing it. Not only that, people might just genuinely like what you have to say, the story that you have to tell. So there's like seven things. Take that 7 things with you. I think that, yeah, seven over here. Yeah, 7. So do it. Do you think that like when I wrote like the first book of Purgatory Academy, I thought it was gonna be literally when I first wrote Purgatory Academy, I had no idea that was gonna be my make or break. I know I'm gonna sound like a hypocrite, but I was like, if Purgatory Academy is garbage, then I don't need to write anymore. That just tells me how good I am at writing. And after I made the first book, people liked the idea. People liked the idea. People liked the story that I told. And the weird thing is, I had an audience of nobody. So I was just like making the story, and then I was posting it. And as time went on, I was just getting better at telling the story. And then more people came. Well, this is when I was like posting on Webtoons. I'm no longer on Webtoons anymore. But as I was posting it, more people was discovering it. And people were liking people were liking the story. And they're like, yo, this is good. This is fire. And that just gave me the courage of saying, okay, I'm actually good at writing. So I'm just going to keep writing different things. And if it wasn't for that idea of I'm having fun writing what I writing what I think is important to me, then that's very important. You gotta be like, this is important to me. No one else can write this other than I can.